Hello, we're back here at Merson for the final day of the competition, and Australian double team of Tony Palermo and Parisi will be playing Croatia for the playoff of 1 to 8. Okay, so let's just go around and see how we're going. So the competition will probably start in about half an hour or so.
Bonjour, Australie.
It's going, ça va? Ça va bien? Yeah, good. You're playing Croatia, boys?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Looking forward to the challenge.
We have an easy game.
Yeah.
How many times have they been world champions again?
And we
Oh, Max says hello.
already done our,
Max,
we done our strategy.
yeah, you done your
We
strategy?
done the strategy, so
Yeah, all set to go.
all
Oh,
set
very
to
good.
go, mate.
That's good. So first off will be the doubles, and then at 11:15 Merson time will be the medal placements for the progressive throw, where Daniel Samsa will be on involved. So stay tuned. Exactly. G'day Stefano and Daniel and Max. Okay, we're all good here. So just as they get the
What a highlight, hey? Look at me.
yeah, did okay. Did okay. You're competitive.
Not really.
Yeah.
Could have been better.
How do you think the team's all gone?
I think particularly Ange and well, obviously Daniel Samson's done really well with his rapid throw, but Tony and Paris, they belong here. They've proven themselves. They've done fantastic actually. If you guys have seen every single minute that they've played, they've been so ultra competitive, so awesome. I've really been proud to watch them. So that's how good they've played. So
Yeah, they have.
just
Right.
with a bit of luck last night, the Serbian guy hit a couple of crucial jacks on the last two ends
To save the end.
them.
That's
And
right.
they were long, and these courts aren't conducive to jack throwing, and he's hit two jacks under extreme pressure. Really pinched the game from the boys last night.
Yeah, it was. It was very close. It was a crucial game. And the
We
courts.
could have been playing for a medal
Yeah,
today.
exactly. It's a shame. What do you think of the courts?
With my results, I hate the front things. Excuse me.
Can you beat that?
Yeah, I'll try and beat you. It's all right. So the courts, what they are, it's basically, you can see down there, it's concrete down here, plain concrete, and then it's sand sprinkled on top. So that's how the courts are here, and the rebound and the bounce is very particular, if you can imagine playing on concrete back home. So it's a tough court to play on, but I suppose you've got to adapt to the conditions.
Good players have adapted to them. Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
watch the way Tony plays. He's found a way to really adapt to them. And there's not many that have. Actually.
No, I mean his pointing's been very good. He's kept
he's a
it.
standout.
Yeah, he's done a few biberons all the way through. So, his volley's been excellent. Yes, this is the 5th to 8th place of the doubles, and Australia's pitted against Croatia. So I think if they win this, they end up possibly fifth. So it's a good result for Australia if we can land this win. So later on, like I said, will be Daniel Samsa playing. He'll be in the single progressive throw at 11:15 Merson time.
Who's watching there, Max and who?
Yeah, we've got Max, we've got Vanessa, we've got Placido, we've got a few others.
Well, Max, start ramping it up, mate. You've got some under 23 years ahead of you, so you've got to start lifting to this level, mate. I know you can do it. Your improvement's been outstanding in the last 12 months. It's time to get really serious, mate, and we can back you to elevate to this level, mate.
Yeah.
And Steve, start get back into it as well, mate. We need you. We need you part of this squad. We can do this. We can get more medals out of these World Championships if we
I
stick
think
together
so.
and push each other.
Exactly. So
And Vanessa, you got to start bending those shoulders so you can toss that ball up in the air. We can get you better as well. Come on.
So the next couple of years are crucial. There's a changes that will be coming to the sport, but they'll probably be phased in the next couple of years, and they'll be getting rid of the sand courts. They'll be playing on specific rebound type mats, coloured mats. So it'll be a totally different game in about 5 years' time. But for the moment, it's still the same on the sand courts, and next year it's Alassio for the women, and then the year after it's the men back at Alassio. So, and for the juniors, they'll be somewhere in Europe, Not sure if it's going to be St. Blas. So here we are, getting ready now to call the teams. Frank's here. Hello, Franco.
Hello.
Enjoyed the championships?
Yep.
Yep.
Very nice.
It's good.
Been a lovely tournament. The boys played well and behaved well, so I think we done well. We all have.
Well, we've got a medal and we could get a 5th here, so
Yes.
it's good. Good luck, Frank.
Well done.
Yep. G'day, Craig. Good to see you watching. The boys are just getting ready to warm up for the doubles playoff for 5th to 8th positions. Hopefully they win this, they should get 5th. So good luck to the boys. You like to commentate? You like to commentate? Would you like to commentate?
Oh, aren't you going to switch into the Pan American?
He's having trouble over there, and he's going to be watching the Argentinian game. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Alright, where are we going to put this thing?
I don't know. We'll have to hold it up there somewhere. So,
You can't really see that. You can't get closer, can you?
oh, you can. I can zoom it. Trouble is,
If you get a bloody tripod, I mean, I'm sure we can put it on the side of the court there.
I did it with something before. Yes, Craig Daniel's in the semi-finals, so he's guaranteed a medal. He's on at 11:15 Merson time, so in a couple of hours' time he'll be on. He'll be playing off for the medal, so he's got a good chance of coming through, hopefully getting into maybe a silver or gold. But he's got to win the first one, and the way it works is he's pitted against Argentina, and he's got to win that then to go for the next one into the silver or gold. Argentina is on fire at the moment. They beat Slovenia last night convincingly in the doubles. So it's one of those years where all the top 4 are really dropped out. Italy lost last night. France is not here, of course. Slovenia lost, and even Croatia lost. So it was one of those opportunities where we could have got through to got medals, but that's the way it is. But Daniel's in for the medals anyhow, so we should walk away from this championship with a medal.
I'll set it up on the other end.
Where?
The other end, then I can commentate down there, you know?
Down there, you want to set it up?
Yeah.
Can we take it down there?
Yes. Commentate at the other side. Yeah, let him put it on
So,
the...
yeah, I will.
Yeah,
Oh, we've got Pan America helping us out. Yes. Of course, the Argentinians want something all the time, don't they? Hey,
Buena transmisión, Peloni.
How's the quality? Is it clear? Make sure they can see the picture clearly.
what's the quality of the video coming through?
Max says hello.
Yeah?
Remember Max, the young boy, Max? Federico?
Yeah, yes.
It says hello.
Hi, hello, Max. Thank you, everybody. Hi.
Hello.
Mary, Madeline.
Yes. Yes, me shaking. Sorry, Max. I'll as soon as we get it on this tripod, the shake will stop.
Yeah?
You're more famous than the player.
Yes,
We need your autograph.
all the time rating, yes. Thank you, Australia. Well, for you,
Alright.
but we're going to use like this. Wait.
Oh, right. Here we go. If I turn it on the side, then it goes different, doesn't it? I'll fix it. We've got to buy one of these. This is good.
Put it here.
Put that there like that. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you. Beautiful, thank you. Thank you very much. We'll go take it down there.
Yes, no problem.
Yeah. Oh, we're just going to move it around now. Just bear with us for a few minutes as this thing shakes a bit. All right, we're going to... Okay. Oops. Well, it's another beautiful day here in Merson. It's consistent weather here. It's unbelievable, really. 27 today again. Okay, here we go. We'll set up here somewhere. Yeah. Just there. Okay. Is that okay? It's got the sun coming through on the side. There. Is that all right like that?
It's posted in the way a little bit. When we go up the other end, when we go up the other end, might be able to...
No, you can zoom it, but you've got to do it with your fingers.
Yeah, okay.
You know, you do something like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
no worries. Is that who are we playing? We're playing Croatia, Vanessa. Craig, g'day Craig, g'day Anna, g'day Nicole, g'day Vanessa. Joe Maselli, g'day Max, we've seen Max already. There's Big Paras, Big Shaggers. Facido, Fabian. Obviously Stevie's online. Alright. Alright, we should get some good vision with this game. We're in a good position to get a good view.
What do you think of the Croatian team?
I
competitive?
haven't had a
Been
chance to
watching
watch them too much.
All right. Yeah, I've seen them come through the junior ranks, and both players, both brothers.
Yeah, they had a 6-0 lead yesterday in their quarter final, and the big bloke here with the beard, the older brother, I think, he spat the dummy.
Yeah.
So no one likes the pressure when you're facing down the barrel of defeat.
Yeah, that's right.
You've used 85% of your 50 megabytes.
No, I've won it. Okay.
So does it keep going?
Just keep going.
I got a come on this. Yeah, that must be the one.
Is that it? Beautiful.
Yeah, but there must be a tilt on it.
Where is
I'll
that?
try not. There we go.
That's that, isn't it?
Oh, okay, maybe I can tilt this after.
Oh, it's tilt on the thing, the screen, is it?
I've got to work out the equipment, guys. Yeah, here we go.
Better. I haven't got the rundown clock going.
G'day Dino, who was that from? Oh, g'day Steve. So almost at the end of the warm-ups here. Now, the difficulty in the morning sessions are the shadows that come across the court, and this will be here for the whole duration of the game. This sun that rises in the east over here is coming straight through the ends of the court. Both ends of the court are open. Let's see if I can sort of pan across just to give you an idea. So you can see at the end of the court there, once I lift up, the courts are actually open at either end. Plenty of cover, but you do get a bit of a breeze coming through, and obviously you got to deal with the sun. So let's get into position. This game's about to start. Looks like the boys have won the toss, so they get the bowler jack first. Yep. That's right. So, welcome Australia and the world to the classification game, Australia versus Croatia. This is for 5th to 8th position. So a win here for either team will guarantee you finishing 5th or 6th, I suppose. A loss puts you either 7th or 8th, depending on the other results. So that jack's rolled out to about 3/4 court. So we're going to start with a longish end. So once again, as I said earlier, the shadows play a bit of a bit with the mines here. The shadows are quite long and quite dark. That first jack is right at the back of a long shadow coming in from the right. And as you'll notice, these World Championships, there's a lot of starting and stopping as you're waiting for teams on the opposite courts to play their shots. So can get a little bit frustrating. We've got 10 courts here. You would have thought they would have put a couple of buffers in there. They could have spread out these 4 games, but FIB no more. So there we go, first ball by Tony. Jack high, exactly the way he's been playing all weekend. He's been far and out the best pointer in the whole competition, and hands down, no one has come close to the way Tony Polimo's played his balls this weekend. Interesting, last night the other brother was the first thrower. Today they've swapped over. Left-handed. And you can see that ball hop. That probably would have taken half a ball on a normal court. But if you're not straight, the chances of the ball hopping on these courts, because of the hard concrete surface underneath, are very high. So you've got to be dead straight. There's no half chances here. That was a nice throw. So nice arch. There's a few different styles here. This particular Croatian team of the two brothers, the boys tend to throw the ball up higher. The Italian guy who's just taking a throw now, Mana, he's got a lower, flatter style and really whips it in with a lot of backspin. So lots of different styles to look at, admire, and for those who learn in the game, to try and copy and improve. So Tony's ball running down the runway looks a little bit shorter, but it's still a good ball. It's right up there. Actually ended up being jack high, just went a bit wider actually. It's only half a metre away, but that on these courts will take a bit of beating. As I said, Tony's the only one that's played the lines consistently. You know, a lot of these players are playing one or two good balls, but never the three. Tony's been able to do 3 out of 3 most times. In 4 games of pressure bocce, Tony's probably only bowled half a dozen wayward balls. So that's how well he's played and how focused he is in this competition. This one's running pretty well, but it could be longish. It's longish, but it's held on. Now this would be nice for Paris to get the first one off. It's always nice to get that first throw away with a hit. So this first end, for most players, it's usually all about getting rid of those nerves, getting a feel for the end. So Paris will be, after having that loosener, he'd be wanting to smack this one right in the head, and I'm sure he will. He's been thrown well. And there you go. So that's the settler. So both players have had a miss, both throwers have had a miss, and both have had a hit, and that's typical of a game like this. Trying to settle in. So you can see what, I don't know if you picked up that on the side there, but the Italian just had a throw, hit the Slovenian ball, but ran straight into the back of their home ball at the back. So the Slovenians are still holding the point on the ground. So Croatia's elected to throw, and he's thrown well. So the balls are even. We've got 2 balls each now, so it's who's going to hold their nerve to the end here. If Tony can pop out another nice ball. The thrower's wasted his 3, but bear in mind these two can flick around. They're both good throwers, so that's the strength that they've got. The opposition, Croatia, can switch around if need be. And they might have to, because Tony's been so consistent. He'll just wear the throwers down. Great ball out of the hand, right up at the jack. So this is asking the question of the Croatians here. So the point all of a sudden has to become a thrower. So great pressure play by Tony. Be short. It is short. So good start for the Aussies. Nice, steady, strong start. And this is the thing. Keep putting the points on. Keep asking the question of the opposition. Regardless of their standard of throwing and their quality of their national games and so forth, they do break down if you maintain the pressure. This is what us as Australian players, and I suppose other players around the world in the smaller countries, if you can keep the pressure on and hold your nerve, these really good top-line players break down. He's sending down a pretty good ball here. He may have even snagged this point. Pretty close. He's got the point. So here we go. So Paris should be relaxed. So either way, you know, he's either going to get one, he's going to get none, or he's going to lose one. So he should approach this regardless of the result. He should just be quite comfortable about the result of this ball. Just pop it up there, have a crack at it. Whatever happens, happens. It's only one either way. Coming in now. He's popped it up. Oh, on a normal court they might have just flicked that ball. Again, that bounce may have come into play there. So, look, not a bad start. Solid start by our boys. Sort of a little bit of a more shaky start for the Croatians, but nevertheless, we're in this. These at the moment. Trying to. Why can't I shrink it now? Can you try that? Your fingers will dry them.
Yeah, okay. It's hard to see with that sun, isn't it?
Okay. It's on the side.
Is that better?
Yep.
I'll just try and put this in just in case to avoid any
We're just plugging in a battery here, so you might have a few shaky moments.
She's on. Okay.
Alright, so the Croatian ball's about 650 off the jack. Tony's coming in. He's a bit heavy this time. Tony's run through a bit long, so Tony's run through probably about 800 long. Probably one of his loosest balls in 2 days. This one's a little bit better. Running in now. He's corrected nicely and he's taken the point. So nicely placed ball there. So the Croatians are taking a more conservative approach. It's quite evident in the game so far. They're not really on the full attack. He snuck through, he's bowled that very well. Alright, now Paris needs to settle now after that last miss. He's got to get back on track and smack this out straight away. Tony's ball's placed really well there. He's got plenty of space there. Those balls look close, but he has got a nice clean shot out at Paris. So if he can just get it straight up there into the face, he'll be right. He's pulled himself across the court a little bit, so he's opened up the face a bit. He's coming in now. Looks good. Oh, he's just over the top. Just over the top. Right, so I think Tony's gone down there to have a bowl. Probably saving Paris's next shot for the jack if he can't draw the point here. But what Tony will be trying to do, and he's been good at it, is playing right up against the Croatian ball, which is holding the point, to try and get it resting right up against that face, so the Croatians are forced to make a play. So the ideal ball, it looks a bit heavy this time. He needs a bit of luck for this to pull up. And he's thrown it through, so for the first time in this championship, Tony's been loose on one end where he's wasted 2 balls. So let's see if Paris can get back on track and whack this jack out. The shadows are playing a bit in this court again. You can see the shadows of the bodies of the players across the court. Here comes Paris. He's spraying him a little bit at the moment. A little bit left, a little bit right. Just can't get his mojo going. Can't get into the groove. And the things going through the player's mind at the moment. You've thrown 4 balls, hit 1. Had a couple of close calls. You start to doubt yourself. You start searching. So he's got to start hitting a couple of balls now in the next 5 minutes or so. Otherwise, this next period, the Croatians can really jump out to a bit of a lead. So Paris needs to find himself, and I'm sure Tony will calm him down and compose him. Paris is looking a little bit long. It's okay there. It's okay. A little bit wide it ended up, but at least it's not on Tony's. It's separated off Tony's, so they've got a couple of balls on the court which may be obstructions to the opposition to some sort of degree. So the Croatians are holding one at the moment. They've got they've got another 3 balls to play after this one, and he's played it really, really well. There's 2 points there. So they've settled into this game now. They're going to be feeling good about themselves. Now we haven't seen the brother play a point yet, so this will be interesting to see how his first ball goes. I'm sure this first one will be long anyway. I'm sure he's going to reach with this first one. He's got a few balls around the place that he can rest up against. I don't think he's going to play it short. Coming in now. He's got plenty on it and he needs to hit something, otherwise it's going to run through. And he's touching the jack. So, as I said, it was always going to be a long ball. He was never going to keep it short. He was always going to give it a chance. So here comes Martin again. He's bowled a nice ball. It's fading a little bit. He's got a good weight on it. He's got through. Really smooth style. So as the game goes on, you'll see when the ball is bowled smoothly, it's important not to let the ball bounce when it enters the playing surface. I found in my games, and I probably found that too late, that if you can keep the ball down low and sort of skid it through rather than bounce it into the court, you got a better chance of controlling the ball. So you've got to skid it through. Keep it low. That's another good ball. They're going to pick up 4 points there. That's just fantastic pointing. Well, that's 5. There's 5 points. He clipped the jack again, but it looks like it's 5 on the ground, so that's a great start for Croatia. Got our 2 brothers, Pero and Martin. Frank Father's called the timeout. So let's see if they stay close, we might hear a bit of this. No, he's walking away, so we'll make it into that. Whilst everyone's having a bit of a chat, let's go over to the Slovenia-Croatia game. At the moment, the score over there is 1-0 in favour of Slovenia. There's been a couple of jacks killed over there, so they're a little bit behind. Barbero, the Italian, just bowled through a little bit long. You've got Jancic's ball over there, probably half a metre to the side. We're just trying to look between legs here, but well, this timeout was a quick one, probably only worth 40 seconds. You are allocated a full minute when you take your timeout, but that was a quick one, short and sharp. Now Barbero, he's coming in this time. He's going to pull up a little bit short. That could be a measure there. No, he made it. So the Slovenian is about to come in and have a throw. Now usually the last couple of days he's been the pointer, but he's having a throw today, this morning. So we'll just have a watch of this style and this throw. he's swapped it. There you go, 2 points for Slovenia on the ground there. We'll go back to our game over here. Croatia versus Australia. And Croatia have placed a ball probably 400 away from the jack to the left-hand side, and Paris has elected to throw. So this is the one Paris needs to get back in the game. And again, he's just a little bit to the right and he's bounced. On any other court, he probably would have just clipped that ball out. So Paris needs to hit one pretty soon, because at the moment he probably feels he doesn't belong. He just needs a confidence boosting hit. Tony sent one down the roundway. He needs a puja just to the wrong side of the ball. It's a great ball by Tony. It just went to the wrong side.
Like that a little bit more. Really like that. So there you go. I'll just do it here like that. Just grab it like that. Yeah.
Alright, Tony. It's straightening up a little bit. It could be a bit short though.
Come in. A bit short.
So Tony's placed a good one there. The big decision for Tony in Paris now is it balls or is it jack? He's going to the balls first. Have another loosener at the balls.
Yeah.
With any luck, because Tony's ball's right up against the Croatian ball, it probably can stay in. The only problem is it probably will move away from the jack. It won't stay on the spot. But he needs to pluck this to get his confidence back.
Go on, Joel.
Here he comes. He's thrown it too high. Thrown it way too high.
Sweet misses, yeah.
No, that's all right. Look at that.
Going, come on.
Paris is completely off this morning. He's searching for, the perfect throw. Cannot find it. A lot going through his head at the moment. Just cannot settle. Cannot settle. The score at the moment in this game, it's 6-0 at the moment. It's we've got 1-5 on the rack. Tony's going to play his last ball in a moment. We've got Slovenia next door at 1-0. We've got the other two games, which are the main games for the silver and gold position, or the gold and silver position, we've got Morocco against Monaco, and we've got Serbia against Argentina over the other side there. So at the moment, it's Argentina leading 3-0. Beg your pardon, it's Serbia against Monaco, and it's Argentina against Morocco. So it's Argentina up 5-0, and it's Monaco up 3-0 at the moment. So Croatia's declared the jack. Tony's last ball is a good one. He's taken the point up there. So it'll be interesting to see if he goes for a straight out jack or he just goes for the ball. Gone for the jack, and he's popped it out. There's 4 points, so big trouble for the Aussies. Martin's on fire. He's only missed the first throw, and he's been able to settle into the game, whereas on the other hand, Paris has been under constant pressure, searching for a good throw, which he hasn't managed to find just yet. Tony's been thereabouts, but the Croatians, they're definitely settled into their rhythm. And unfortunately, we can't get going. We've got a jack, probably just over, or close to about 1.5 meters in from the front line. Here comes Pero. Looks pretty much on line. It's all about the distance. And he's just in front, 0.5 metre short. Tony's lifted the bowl. Now, very tough for all these players playing for the positions 58th. Most of them would have gone to bed pretty flat and demoralised after yesterday's results. So hard to get up and motivated again on the next day. Most of them will be feeling pretty disappointed with the opportunity they may have had this morning, playing for the gold medal position. Oh, here comes Tony. Down the runway it comes. He's pretty straight. He might get around it, not quite, but it's not a bad result. The balls are split there, so that gives Paris an opportunity to have a clean shot. Now, if he takes this ball out cleanly, Tony's got a pretty good ball on the ground there, a competitive ball. But I'd say the Croatians will throw straight away if Paris gets this one. They'll go on the attack now. 10-0 up, they won't be defending anymore. They'll be just going attack all the way, keep the pressure on Paris and Tony. Alright, here comes Paris. It's a little bit shorter, so it might assist Paris to just get one good one off. A sticker would be good now if you can swap one on the spot. He's more than capable, as we all know. He split both, so Paris' ball stayed in the court, but it's 3 metres away from the jack. So he's just opened up the whole court. There's 58 minutes on the clock. Now this is a shocking ball here by Pedro. It's his first sprayed ball, so this will be interesting now how the end works out, because it's 4 balls each at the back rack, but there's that much room there that the Australian balls can come through every single time. He's almost I'd say 1.3 metres away from the jack and to the left. So this is just a straight ball every time. Just a matter of getting the pace right, and you've got the point every time. If we can have 4 tight balls here, anything can happen. The game can change in an end like this, and this is a great ball by Tony. He's been playing like that all weekend. Alright, what we need is 1 miss here at some point in the next 4 shots. We are 1 ball down in advantage, so we need a bit of luck. Almost a swap. He almost stuck that. So he's just throwing the ball effortlessly at the moment, but I suppose being a thrower, you can understand, or if I was in this position, you'd be feeling extremely confident and comfortable about your throw. 10-0 up, there's, you can take a few risks, you can pop the ball up, no tension in your arm, very relaxed, very cool. Almost no pressure at all. Another great ball by Tony. Now it's a little bit longer. It's probably 600 longer than the last ball, so it's a different throw. So it's not exactly in the same spot. Let's see the lefty again. Here comes Martin. Very comfortable at the moment. Not even raising a sweat. Short. He's very short. So again, the thing that helped us there, the ball was in a different position. 600 longer. Just changed the shot. It wasn't the same shot. He threw that ball as if he was throwing for that first target that we had before. So you do have to mix it up a little bit. There's plenty of room to make the point here, but mix it up. Now whether Tony did that deliberately or not, I don't know, but it changed the game. This could allow Australia back into the game somewhat. This has straightened up. At one stage it didn't look like it was going to actually make it, but it straightened up really well. Okay, so if there wasn't a crucial point in the game to this point, here it is right now. 54 minutes on the clock. Australia's got 2 balls to 1. Both balls are Paris's balls up there. And the last ball for Croatia is the thrower's ball, Martin. This needs to go out clean for Australia to have any chance to get back into the game. So this is the key moment in the game so far. And there it is. We needed that. Important here for Australia to get the jack, and for Tony to get all over the jack to give us any chance of getting back into the game. One would be great, obviously 2 would be better, and then the boys can start grinding. It's pretty straight, and it's just hung on, I think. Just hung on. Another crucial moment, but I know Paris is good at these ones. He enjoys these shots. Has to take a couple of risks now. Just sprayed it wide again. Thrown a few to the right hand side. It said 20% battery left.
Oh, right. Jeez, of course. That's done with me. That's back on there.
On now?
Yeah, I can't see how much battery's left. This bloody... Yep. Going well, aren't they? Nothing really. Yeah, there's no scoreboard pressure if you got it easy. Another crack on the pressure.
Come on in.
They may try it.
Oops.
Why is it my fingers can't do anything?
Let me get rid of that. There,
It's
huh?
a weird one, is it?
There. There it is.
Come on, Shaggers.
Come on, Joel. Come on.
For the ball.
Knock it out of the park. Yes.
Right, so Paris has cracked one there. He's feeling the heat, Paris. He's actually battled, been a real trooper. He hurt his ankle on the first day, so he's not going to say too much. But I know I've been rooming with him and Tony, and I know he's had a few problems with his ankle. He's not saying much about it, but I'm sure it's bothering him right now. Basically, his first throw of the first game on Wednesday, he actually sprained his ankle. So he is struggling, but he's trying his best. Here comes Tony's ball, looking pretty good actually. And he's nailed it, I think. Absolutely right on the jack, and actually made a little bit of extra room for the next shot after that. So just an easy floater for the Croatian. Just popped it up over the top of that front ball. So 3 balls each on the rack, so important. The Slovenians the Croatians are 11-0 at the moment. So important that Australia make every ball count here to stay in this game. I know the scoreboard's getting away from them, but you just got to keep the game alive. Things can change. I think Tony's fluffed this one a little bit.
May not reach actually. Got there. It looked a little bit slow, but it actually made it quite comfortably in the end. Yeah, as I was saying, just important to keep getting them in. Try and extend the game out to another end. The hardest point that gets that last one when you're on 12, so things can change. Can never give up on this game. There's another hit. So he's probably had to this point 10 throws, 8 hits. So he's running at a pretty good strike rate. Whereas on the other hand, if Paris has had 10 had 3 hits, so they're the damning stats at the moment. But here's a jack to save the game, extend it out. And he's got it. Good. That's it. Regardless of the scoreboard at 11-0, keep the game alive, keep pressing, keep trying, get a few runs on the board, and the game can change. You have to keep hoping. Especially with 46 minutes remaining. So by my calculations, 46 minutes, 9 minutes and end, you're looking at 5, possibly 6 ends you could drag it out to. With the stopping and starting of the courts next door, 5 ends definitely. Now 5 ends, 2 points an end, maybe a 3 or 4 in there, and there's still hope. But that was a great jack throw. And they put that jack in exactly the same position for this next end. Good thing for Australia, they didn't waste any time playing that jack. So at this stage, the Croatians are so comfortable and confident that they're not even thinking about the clock or anything like that. Now, he bowled this ball pretty quickly and he's left it open. So these are the things that can happen. When you're so far in front, you tend to relax. What the opposition needs to do is identify that they have a small opportunity here to get back in the game. 1 point at a time, 2 points at a time, that's all you need. And then the pressure starts to build. The opposition starts at the scoreboard, 11-1, 11-2, and then all of a sudden, in 15 minutes' time, could be 11-6 up there. And it's let's hope the boys can keep piling on the pressure. Great ball by Tony. That's a brilliant ball. Just continues to pop out the good balls. Now it's interesting. At the start of the game, the Croatians would have bowled on that one. That's about 400 long, but they would have bowled. But now that they've got their tails up and score on the board, they're attacking. They're trying to put the dagger through the boys. And that's a great throw. Look at that one just stick there. He's just looping it up so comfortably, so easily, just floating the ball in. And for that's the way you got to throw a ball. Just got to float them in. None of these hard shots, none of these low shots. Just got to float them in. Tony's ball's another good one, right on the jack. Look, consistent point, just there all the time, in and around the jack, every single ball. I mean, even this game, under duress, he's only played 3 poor balls. The rest of them have been thereabouts. Now, right on the jack for the Croatian throw to attack. So it's brilliant. another swap for the Croatian. You can see how well he's going. Confidence is a big thing. They weren't doing that last night when they were under pressure. They had a 6-0 lead last night, and then they capitulated to Morocco. And this is another good ball. Different position. Good strategy, Tony. He's played that to the other side of the jack. So just a different view for the thrower to think about. The other thing going through the is, do I try and protect that swap at the back, or do I just go for the ball and whatever happens, happens? Sometimes you can get a little bit selfish by trying to protect that ball at the back. Could cause you to make a mistake. Greedy was the word, not selfish. So Croatia still got 2 balls, or 2 points on the. Australia's up 3 balls to 2. Now this, Paris will be feeling pretty nervous here. Again, he hasn't bowled the ball for a while. Tony showed him the lines. Very hard to control the pace here through the runway. That jack's only about half a metre past the front line, so the balls really do race through the middle. This is going to be a hard ball to take. Let's hope you can bowl 3 of the best balls. There's opportunity for 1 point for Australia. But all that means, oh, he looks a bit heavy again. Looks a bit heavy, needs a little bit. He's just pulled up. Okay, he's got an important point, because now the pointer is going to become a throw, I believe. I believe he's going to choose to throw. No, he's chosen the point. Oh, he's thrown it out to the right. He could have left us an opening here. If it stays right. This is a close call. Right, well, Paris has gone on the attack, but I think maybe he could have played there. If he tapped the jack, he could have made 2 points here. Playing to his strength. He's up there. Could be short. He's popped it in short. This is evident on Paris's expression there, throwing his head back. The score's 11-0. Croatia's got 1 point on the ground. So Paris middle, it's slightly long. The ball holding the point is the ball on the right hand side, the dark ball on the right hand side. Now Paris needs to touch the jack. He needs to touch the jack and needs to check. Okay, he's got the point, but he's got a big target up there for the Croatian. Bear in mind there's a ball at the back there which belongs to Croatia, so this is for the game. He hits this, the 2 balls either side of the jack, one on the right, one on the left. They're Croatian balls. These 2 in the middle, they're Paris's. If he hits this target, Croatia win. coming in now. He's popped it up. And that's the end of the game. End of the game. Big disappointment for Tony and Paris. Just not a true indication of the way they played, guys. They had a fantastic tournament. This was just an anticlimactic finish. Disappointment of last night. Paris was pretty flat this morning. Tony gave it his all. But would have been nice to finish off with a win, but they were never in it, unfortunately. 36 minutes left on the clock. Now we'll just. Do you want to keep going, or
I will wind up your sign off.
All right. Well, that was the end of Australia's campaign in the traditional events. We've got Daniel Samson coming up in a couple of hours. For his rapid throw. I think it's, what time's Daniel? 11 o'clock?
11:15.
11:15. 11:15 Merson time. So we'll see in a couple of hours. It's currently 9:27 in the morning here at Mersin. So we'll see if we can get you back on to cheer Daniel home.